Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Play the Hits. Max, this is an exciting time of year. We are officially kicking off Spoopy...
Oh, that's a cool view.
Yeah, that is cool. So you can just select the boxes. Spoopy October month. And as you can very clearly see, I got me a Sega Genesis Mini.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing it.
I could not be more thrilled with this thing, dude. I love
cool.
this. This was so... So when I was a kid growing up, my parents were divorced, and at my dad's house I had the Super Nintendo, and at my mom's house I had the Sega Genesis. So
Nice.
I got to play this on weekends, and let me see, out of all the games that they re-released for this, I had Shinobi 3, I had Echo the Dolphin, I had Sonic 1 and 2, but some of these are brand new to me.
Wait,
like
is
for
that,
instance,
is that frickin'
Go ahead.
I can't even remember the name of it. It's the Konami shooter.
The Konami shooter.
No,
this thing, Darius?
up, and one more. Oh yeah, and
Wonder Boy?
it's to the left. It's to the left of Sonic 2. What the hell is that called?
Oh, Super Fantasy Zone. Yeah,
Fantasy Zone.
that was
okay.
previously unreleased in English, I believe.
That's what I thought. I was like, Fantasy Zone never came
So
out.
the ones
That's
with like these box variants, like you'll notice this one doesn't really look like a Sega Genesis box that we've seen here.
Yeah.
And then down here, same with Tetris and Darius.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but they have the Wily Wars, which did come out, but not in the U.S.
Only in Canada, and only as part of like this really ambitious thing Sega was doing. They had like a digital download service, like 20 years before that would go mainstream, and the Wily Wars was how they championed it. And
That's
actually,
really
I
cool.
played Wily Wars a little bit on this system. It's actually a really, really good way to play the first 3 Mega Man games. Like, it's not just a novelty. Like, it controls and feels really tight.
I mean, that's like one of the only, like, Mario All-Stars kind of remakes of those games. You know, and you have, I guess, the first game on the
And it
PSP,
looks good.
I think.
It looks really good. Like, we'll have to do that in another episode, I'm thinking.
It's interesting that it was only basically released that way. That's so wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the Super Nintendo did, like, the television or whatever in Japan only.
The first Ghouls and Ghosts is another one like that. It's you think of the NES game, but this is kind of, it looks a little bit more like the arcade one, or maybe even it looks more like the SNES sequel, Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Ghouls and Ghosts, yeah.
But
kind of different.
I'll be
honest.
honest.
This was back in the day when it was just you could have the same game, quote unquote, on the Super Nintendo and Genesis, but they were different games.
Right, and I'll be honest though, I actually
different.
prefer the NES version of this game. For whatever reason, the D-pad on the Sega Genesis just doesn't seem as responsive for Ghouls and Ghosts as the NES controller. So I don't know.
Literally, maybe because it's
it.
bigger. Like you need some
that
twitch
could
reactions
be.
in that game, and it's kind of a big spongy D-pad.
It is, for sure.
I mean, I like it, but
it's really great for kind of like rotating movement kind of games.
Yeah,
it's got
so
its
like
own
fighting
thing
games.
Yeah.
It was actually better. I preferred the Genesis.
I was gonna say
controller.
you have Street Fighter 2 here, special
hyper-fighting?
champion. No, special champion edition. So it's like a combination of different versions. But I want to pick up the side controller that they have for this with the 6 buttons, because with the 3 you have to press start to switch between punches and kicks, and it's really weird. But I can see it being a respectable version of Street Fighter 2. But all of this is besides the point, because tonight we are kicking off Spoopy October month, and we're going to do that with some Castlevania Bloodlines. This is a game that I rented back in the day, and I was okay at it. I think I beat it once, but I had to cheat. I used a Game Genie just for unlimited lives. So like I didn't give myself unlimited health. Like I actually did beat it, but I also was in no danger of like
going back to the beginning.
Yeah. So with this game, I'm guessing this is probably going to be like maybe 2-3 episodes max. We just got through a longer episode of Final Fantasy VI, getting into the World of Ruin, so this will be a shorter episode. But what may very well happen is we might hit a wall, and I just won't be able to progress. There is a save state feature on the Sega Genesis Mini, which is very nice, so we'll be able to continue between episodes.
It doesn't have... Now, I know in the NES and SNES, like Netflix on Switch, you have the rewind feature. The
nothing
classics,
like that, unfortunately.
And the classic systems, even for Nintendo, don't have that either, do they?
Correct.
Nothing like that, but they have the save
state.
states.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that should be, I mean, God, we should count our blessings with that. That should be good enough.
Right.
Oh,
so
damn,
the thing about Sega
blood.
Genesis, you've always got to go in, give yourself as many lives as possible.
Yeah,
and then,
these Konami games are just like, yeah, I'm going to max out my lives. It's like...
Right. Okay, but here we go. We'll see how I do with this. I'm gonna be honest, like, I played this for like 5 minutes, just like sampling the Sega Genesis mini games just to see how they feel. But for all intents and purposes, it has been over 20 years since I played this game. So here we go.
Oh snap! You're not gonna go with
no, I'm
the
going with
Vampire Killer?
Eric. I always used
me?
Eric. Yeah, I always used
Okay.
Eric. I like his spear. And his, like, super jump.
What else do you like about him?
Giggity. And his super jump.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we'll think of some other, like, kind of short projects for Spoopy October month. But I'm excited. I like Halloween. Fall's my favorite season. And,
oh yeah, Castlevania fits perfectly into that.
And it's still like 80 fucking degrees outside, so I'm ready to think fall. You know?
Yeah, seriously. We're officially in fall.
Yeah. So, this game...
It's so interesting. If I was just seeing this right now and I didn't know what system you were playing, I know this would be, first of all, the Genesis one, because there's a bloody body there, and I don't know how... This was still back in the days of Nintendo censoring.
Right.
But even just the look...
It looks like a Genesis game.
Exactly. The Genesis was its own thing. Like, you know... And when you had the system kind of booted up, and just that soundboard from the Genesis is just very uniquely Genesis.
Yep.
Like, you just know what it is.
So this game, being unique among the Castlevania games, it controls somewhat like a classic Castlevania, only much smoother.
And you're walking pretty quick.
Yes, you are definitely faster. Okay. The downside, you have to, if you're crushing a wall, your spear has to be, like, pixel perfect. And it does still have, like, you know, old school Castlevania annoyances, like pixel perfect jumps and
does it have kind of the physics of old Castlevania?
Yes and no. Like I said, it's smoother. It's a hell of a lot smoother.
When you jump in one direction, you're dedicated to that direction, right?
Correct.
Just like the...
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can, however...
You can
turn around a little bit and, like, attack in a different direction. So, like, it makes Medusa heads a little more manageable.
Okay.
And it also, like, if you do play as John Morris with the Vampire Killer, it has, like, diagonal aiming with the whip. So some Castlevania 4 quality of life improvements.
Some of the stuff that they, no reason not to have.
Right. Which, for some reason, they went back on for a little while with some of the, like, newer classic-style Castlevanias.
Like,
Vampire Killer after.
Yeah.
So, Vampire Killer was another interesting one. It was just a, whatchamacallit. It was a clone of a much better game that was released for the PC engine, which was Dracula X. And that was the precursor to Symphony of the Night.
Okay. So I'm thinking Rondo of Blood, but that's what was on this... Rondo of Blood was PC Engine, right? And on the Super Nintendo, they called it...
Well, they didn't call it Rondo of Blood. They just called it Dracula X. It came out later as a remake, which they gave the official title of Rondo of Blood because they decided to start doing all of the music-themed title.
Turns.
Yeah,
okay, gotcha. Which, that game...
There's that street meat.
What an improvement over Castlevania 4, just a little, like 2 years prior or something.
Right. Though it didn't have, like, some of the same things. Like, it didn't have, like, the diagonal whipping or other things like that.
Oh, that's interesting.
But they made up for it in other ways. They gave Richter a backflip and some other cool... No! Shit. And that can happen to you, corner yourself.
Yeah, they gave him the backstep, or... Was it a backflip? Okay.
Yeah, the backflip.
So the backflip, the graphics were like a million times better because this is when they were starting to, figure out how to do things for the Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. Though I think this game looks superior to Castlevania 4.
Graphically. Looking at it, I would agree. I mean, I don't know. It kind of has more of like an arcadey feel.
It does, definitely, but it also maxed out the Genesis.
Yeah.
Like graphics wise, I mean this is one of the best looking games on the Genesis in my mind.
It's also like you said, it's smooth, you know.
Yeah.
And Castlevania, as much as it's a clunky game. That's just what it is.
This treads like the middle ground perfectly. It still feels like classic Castlevania, but it is substantially more approachable.
Yeah, I like the feel. Like even just looking at these backgrounds and kind of the detail, the set pieces they have there. It's really it's cool.
Yeah, it's probably the most underrated Castlevania, or maybe it's not even underrated because the people who played it like it. It's just not a lot of people played it.
For me, it's just I forget it exists.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never played it.
Yeah, and once again, it's still got the street meat, which is oh god, kind of the Castlevania classic. Thing, right? You got to eat that random turkey leg that you just find lying on the floor in a strange castle. But yeah, it feels perfect. Like maybe this is more of a critique of the Genesis Mini, but it feels spot on. Like it feels like straight up playing the Genesis again.
Yeah, and that's what you want from these things.
The controller is perfect. The response time is like I don't notice any lag whatsoever.
Yeah, and I think the controller's a big part of it because it locks into that really old muscle memory.
Oh shit.
That it's just like, oh yeah, it's like I'm playing the system. It's like I'm back there. Right. I felt that with the Super Nintendo Classic when I held that controller for the first time again. Yes. It's just like, yeah, there is a difference. It's the weird concave and convex buttons that they did for some reason. Oh, dude,
he's got me cornered.
He's got you cornered.
Yeah, it is. All right. Get him. Get that boy.
Oh, now he's taunting you by dancing. You gonna let him do that to you?
I'll just keep throwing my axes at him. Okay, we got him. He's on the ropes now. He's dead. He's dead.
Just, like, spear him in the groin.
'Tis but a flesh wound. Come back, you coward. Cool thing about Eric, too, as compared to John Morris, is his super jump. Check this shit out.
That's pretty cool. So what's his story? Is John Morris part of the lineage of like the Belmonts for some reason?
So they actually on the
some
one
New
of
Jersey got in the blood.
one of the DS games went back and like canonized this into the Koji Igarashi Castlevania universe.
John Morris is in Portrait of Ruin, isn't he?
Jonathan Morris, who is John Morris's son.
Okay.
So what this game did was it tried to marry Castlevania to Bram Stoker's Dracula universe. So John Morris is the son of Quincy Morris, who dies at the end of Bram Stoker's Dracula, if you ever read that book.
Nope.
You've never read Dracula?
I never read it.
I thought that was like required reading in like every high school. Oh shit.
No.
Okay, there's a Castlevania
really?
thing. Yep.
Yeah.
I thought that was just like required reading for every like high school student. But it's also one of my favorite novels. So Quincy Morris is one of the band of friends who, takes on Dracula, and he dies at the very end. And like this game tries to say, okay, Quincy Morris had a secret son, and he heard about his father's death and swore revenge against like all of Dracula's followers, and so that's John Morris's story. I don't know what Eric's story is, besides he's just John's friend and he has a badass spear.
It's a fucking spear.
A fucking badass spear. What more story do you need? Oh boy. Okay,
we're cool looking stage.
Yeah, I know the water reflection.
The reflecting,
cool.
Yeah.
This part sucks.
And of course, stuff like that I never cared about as a kid. I didn't appreciate it, and it's just like, they had to do tricks, There was no such processing power. They just had to.
Mm-hmm. Oh God, I'm gonna drown.
Do weird tricks.
Right. Okay, we're doing okay.
The good old scrolling.
Yeah, the scrolling stages.
Scrolling stages.
So one thing I don't understand about this game, as much as I love everything about it, is they replaced hearts with gems, which they brought back in the N64
Okay, I was wondering
game.
about that.
Yeah. The only other game I saw them do that in was the N64 one.
The first one?
But both of the N64 ones had gems instead of hearts, I believe. I didn't really play... Nick was asking me about Legacy of Darkness, and I never really played that.
Yeah, me either.
I loved the first one.
What I've heard is Legacy is the superior game, actually.
But strangely enough, everyone talks about how bad Castlevania 64 was. I loved it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just one of those games... I mean, I acknowledge all of its faults and how weird and clunky it was, but I love that game.
It doesn't hold up. What?
This guy is not difficult.
What, Necromancer?
All he's doing is raining and trying to fill the stage with water to drown me, but all you have to do is get his pattern. And just keep doing this. He is not difficult. There we go. And we're good. Alright.
That's an interesting way to kill you, though.
Yeah, it is. Just drown you by rain. Man, fuck crows.
Yeah, they have freaking blood on their beaks? Jesus.
Oh, I hate this fight. Okay, so here's the trick with this guy.
It's the one that get really close, yep.
Yep.
I feel like that's usually the trick.
But it's also a two-part fight, which sucks, because the second one...
Oh, damn.
Will get... Yeah, okay.
Wow.
So they do big damage.
Taking like 4 off you, yeah.
Yeah. For the record, I never got too much further than this on my own.
Okay.
Back in the day. So if it seems like I'm doing really well and remembering this, that's because this is about as far as I was able to make it as a kid.
Okay. We'll see how well you do as the first time when you get a little bit farther.
Oh no! Okay, we're good. Should get the spear upgrade here again. Should. Will we though? Oh no! Fuck you, crow.
Oh
no!
Oh jeez.
Oh, not good. Not good. My spear
isn't
like long enough to.
They're like perfectly spaced.
Okay, so you can't jump and do your up spear.
And do
there
up?
we go.
Oh,
yeah,
that sucks.
Okay. That's there we go. I need a turkey leg or something. I'm thinking I want holy water for this fight.
Yeah, holy water's better than axe, I think, for this guy.
Oh
jeez.
Okay. We're gonna be alright.
Nah.
Okay, we're alright. We're alright. Just don't panic, Chris. That's the trick.
Nice.
Okay, that's it for my gems. Shit. Okay, we're okay. No, we're not. No!
No! Oh, damn.
Bear in mind, this is only part 1 of this fight.
Oh, jeez.
There's straight up a second form. Okay, get that holy water. Get that boy.
So Celeste is a game that I know it was part of our indies list potentially. I know that's one Addie and I are going to be playing at some point.
Oh, nice.
The final chapter came out, like the Thank You DLC.
Oh, really?
We're still holding off on playing it. So I mean, we've beaten the game before this new DLC came out. So it's like free DLC that's coming out more than a year later.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, just to be like, hey, thanks. What the fuck?
Oh no!
Oh, seriously? Now he's gonna.
This is bad. I gotta get that. Okay, I'm dead. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no chance after that.
Like I said, this may only be a 1 or 2 episode.
So it's like a new story they've added, basically, like a year and a half after this game came out.
Really?
But so it's a free download.
That's what they did with the Messenger too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did like some Tropical Island DLC, which I really want to play, and it was free. Like, if you have the game, it's just like, hey, thanks for playing.
Like with some of these kind of indie developers that are making these retro games that are just like, hey, these are the games that we grew up with. This is like the style. They really just seem to like games, you know?
Yeah. They just want to have fun.
They just want to have fun and reward
Share with their fans. Yeah. God damn it.
So I like that. And Celeste is a really good game. If you still haven't played it,
I have not. I was kind of holding out to do it on Play the Hits and have you show me the ropes.
Okay. I mean, if you still want to hold out, we can certainly do that. It just might be a little bit later.
There we go.
But yeah, it's like a more thoughtful, slower paced Super Meat Boy, basic. Oh, jeez, you weren't kidding.
Okay, so the trick for this guy: stab and go back
And run.
Yeah, because you can't duck that axe.
A coward strategy.
Yes. Oh.
Oh God.
It's all right. It's all right. See, Eric is great because of his range. That his upgraded spear is just demonic.
Nice, dude.
There we go.
You got it.
All right.
No problem.
Only
that
took me
time.
3 tries. That wasn't even the real boss.
That was like just 2 mini bosses I just had to
Yep.
throw at you.
Alright, this part kind of sucks, if I remember right.
Anything with water in an old.
And now we introduce the Medusa heads, which will knock your ass into the water.
Yep. Because you weigh like 5 kilos.
Yeah, right? Like, Castlevania, I love, like, the whole water mechanic.
Physics suck.
You will fucking drown, man. But again, the Medusa heads seem more manageable in this game than in others, just because of your range and mobility.
Yeah. So what'd you think of that FF7 box art?
Dude, I love that they just went classic.
That's,
Okay, I
yeah,
didn't drown there, which is nice. God damn
that's
it.
good. Yeah, I don't even care that they're just redoing.
Yeah, no,
the
I
box
can't
art.
think of a better thing to do. But here's the
No.
thing, though, like, so what are they gonna do for part 2 and 3 and 4 and 5?
Yeah,
Like,
they're not calling this part 1.
No, they're just calling. Like I said, I'm gonna play it. And I'm really
still,
gonna
like-
enjoy it. But I kind of think that this might be what we're getting. I think
that's
this
it?
might just be FF7, the Midgar prologue
Midgar
or something.
story
And
or
like
something.
at the end
I
of it,
think
they're
that's
like, if you want to
very
find out what
possible.
happens to Cloud and friends, download FF7 on the.
Oh God, and then
the
they
digital
fucking
store.
link you to it. Oh, that would be terrible.
I mean,
I'd be pissed.
I don't know if I'd be pissed, because I'd almost rather them do that than keep us hanging on for 5 years and then, God forbid, like, release a part 2 and then leave it there, you know, like leave it at Eris's death or something. That would
Oh yeah,
suck.
that'd be terrible too. But I mean, like literally linking it to you and stuff. That would almost be egregious.
Yeah,
that's
but
me, though.
I don't. As much as this really does look like a good and fun remake of a game that I love very much, I just don't see Square Enix following through. Like, it's so ambitious, and basically, I can't help but feel like the main reason that they're keeping this just the Midgar section of the game is because they still have no fucking clue what to do with the world map.
I agree with that.
I don't think they have like either the technical ability to create a world map that detailed in the hyper realistic style of graphics that they're doing. It can't be done, or they just don't want to make it like, you know, an icon based world map again, which I wouldn't care.
With these kind of, and even though it's a remake, this is basically a mainline game. This is what people are going to treat it as.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's not
because
Type 0,
FF16
you know?
hasn't even been announced.
Yeah, so this isn't something like, I know Type 0 kind of went more classic.
Shit.
But they have they haven't like developed themselves into a corner necessarily, but it's just they have kind of when people think of mainline Final Fantasy games these days, because it's more than just us old fogies playing now. It's a lot of kids too.
Yeah,
whose first game
which is
was
cool.
like 13. You know, or hell, their first game was 15 maybe.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it is cool, but it's also like, okay, we got to keep it that same way, that same level of detail, you know. And Midgar,
which just doesn't
work
do
that
past Midgar, yeah.
Exactly. So Midgar, they can do it. They can make a game like 13, you know, if they just keep it in Midgar. Past that, you know, what are they gonna do? Unless either you make a world map or you make it like FF10 style, and if that's the case, then the next game would either have to be extremely long, or, like you said, they release 3, 4, 5 games, and I don't see them doing that either. I mean, how long did it take them to get this one out?
I was gonna say, if the 5+ years they've been working on this have only gotten them to the end of Midgar, like I said, I just can't see them realistically following through with the whole game unless they make some serious sacrifices to the mid-game.
To the rest of the story.
Which is my favorite part. Like, they're treating Midgar like it's the be-all, end-all of the game.
Like it's the best part of the game.
And it's not.
No, it's a stepping stone. Like, literally, it serves to illustrate the difference with the rest of the world. And it's like, hey, this isn't everything.
Right.
You know? But they did expand Midgar quite a bit. And I think we've talked about this at length before, that it's just like, if they do end up finishing this somehow...
Which they won't.
I would have to... I have to think the rest of the game, at least originally how it was told, it's going to be shortened, and so half of this remake would be Midgar, and the other half would be the rest of the world and the rest of the game.
Yeah, like no snowboarding, no gold saucer.
It would just
stuff
feel
like that.
Weird.
It would.
You know, that they gave that much weight to Midgar.
Right, which they should.
When it's about saving the world.
Again, and like, I'm not a video game developer, but like, if they were gonna do this, and I know it sounds like I'm bitching, and I am, but
we can bitch. We love it.
Right.
We love it, so we're allowed to bitch.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm still gonna play it, and I'm still gonna enjoy it, but again, like, I just don't see how this could ever be a complete project, because right away we're just about to introduce the PS5, so. What are parts 2 and 3 going to be on the PS5, and then after that the PS6? I mean, like, what are they? How broad is this project going to be? Especially, if they try to follow through with the precedent that they're setting with Midgar, which is not just.
Which I don't think they can.
No, they can't. It's like you said. So Midgar is going to be like its own self-contained game, which is what's going to come out next year, and then after that they're going to have to. One, either try to find a way to expand Act 2 leading up to Eris's death and make that its own full game, or they're going to combine it with the part that immediately comes after. I just don't know.
Yeah,
I
and if they don't compromise...
And like I said, they still have to figure out the goddamn world map. Because,
if they do that.
Yeah, right.
And instead of making like 5 self-contained games or something, and if they're expanding it like they did with Midgar, I mean, this is going to end up being like a 300-hour game, you know?
Overall, yeah.
So,
and like I said, I really think where they're going with this is just... The remake is really just going to be the prologue to the proper game. And again, like, ultimately, given what we've seen and how it looks... I think it's almost the best thing we could have hoped for from Tetsuya Nomura. I know we just tear this guy apart on this channel, but who cares? We're two nobodies, and he's a multi-millionaire international game developer. I mean, goddamn.
Jesus.
I don't know what to do here.
Yeah, I don't hate the guy. It's oof.
I don't either, but he just doesn't have the follow-through that's needed for a project like this. And so, like I said, I think this... What we're getting out of him is pretty much the best case scenario. Like, he just blows all the resources, making a beautiful opening act that just reminds you how great FF7 is.
Yeah, and if it was a complete game and it ended up being like 180-hour game where they expanded on a lot of things, but they ended up doing the full game, I mean, that would be perfect. It would be crazy. And something like that would have never existed, and it won't, because that would take a crazy amount of resources.
It's not even that it won't, or like that they don't want to. The way that they let him develop the opening act in Midgar, they can't. Like you said, it would be a 300.
No.
Like, if they were making this with the goal of one day releasing the whole thing as its own massive project, like you said, it'd be a 300-hour game. It would have to be like 4 Blu-ray discs for $60, and they would be losing money on it. I mean, it would.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. The reason they're expanding Midgar is because
they have to.
It's the easiest to make the game in Midgar. So to make a complete game, they had to expand it.
Right.
And I'm not saying that it's just going to be all fluff and the new stuff is going to suck. But
I kind of think the new stuff might suck a little. I don't like this Guardians of Fate thing that they're doing.
God, I still don't know what that's about, but it can't be anything.
That goofy ass motherfucker
guy?
from Soldier on the motorcycle in the trailer.
Yeah,
Fuck that guy. I don't even know his name, but fuck that guy.
And it just screams new Final Fantasy, and I know you understand what I mean by that. Yep. Crisis Core and beyond, where it's just like, okay, everyone's so pretty, like this whole let's make more Sephiroth because he's a fucking cash cow, and it's so obvious. I'm not saying Crisis Core is a bad game. I mean, for a PSP game, it was a great game.
Yeah, actually, I really enjoyed Crisis Core.
It's a fun game, but I barely played it. But you know,
I played it through. It was a great prologue to FF7. Yeah. But the way that they did it, they really made it work. By having like a kind of a mission-based structure, which like if they really wanted to, make FF7 feasible on the PS4. I hate to say it, but they almost should have done that. Like, just had like a hub or like between big set pieces, like like an airship menu or something. Like
exactly.
an FF10.
FF10, yeah, FF10 style, and that's if they were to make it in one game. Yeah, that is what they'd kind of have to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being realistic. They don't have to do that. I mean, hell, they can make my dreams come true and do a proper remake. And
but what they're doing instead will not work in terms of after Midgar. I mean, it just won't.
I mean, like you said, I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna freak out, and I'm gonna love it. But you're right. I don't think we're gonna be surprised by what they're doing. Oh, geez.
Whoops! Eric just died in the sinking down.
These stages are a lot more.
It keeps you on your toes, yeah.
Well, but they're also like using real places, and that's apparent a lot more in this game. Like than this is another part of Transylvania.
Yeah, like I said, this game was kind of weird and unique in that they really did try to make it fit in with the Bram Stoker universe, which is kind of a weird thing to do, given like. At this point in Castlevania's history, we've had the NES trilogy, we've had Castlevania 4. Castlevania's identity has been pretty well established. Like, it's not a literary classic. It's like Halloween the game,
Yeah.
But again, who cares?
That's what
fun.
makes this game unique.
Damn it! It's fun.
Oh God, you can still make it. No, you can't. You're dead.
I'm already dead. I'm gonna die again at this part. I'm gonna have to continue twice. Maybe this is just gonna be a one-episode thing. Like this is Castlevania for the Genesis, Max. Enjoy it.
I think you need to stay closer to the bottom.
I'm not skilled enough to do this. Jump sideways, you bitch!
Is it that hard?
It actually is.
Up your body length times 1.5. Like,
oh my God.
Really that hard?
I was saying like the Medusas are more manageable in this game. Yeah, fuck what I said.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, nice. What
nice
even happened there?
I don't know. Don't know, don't care.
Maybe you're almost at the end.
Please, God, how tall is the Leaning Tower of Pisa? Fuck Italy, man.
More like the wobbly tower, Jesus.
Yeah, man, I shouldn't have done all that acid before climbing this tower.
That's what I was literally thinking. Look at those fucking clouds, man. There's no way he's not on drugs.
Yeah, he's on something right now.
This is a horrible fever dream.
Also, I'm pretty sure the real Leaning Tower of Pisa is not this elaborate.
Yeah, and doesn't have all this shit.
It doesn't have
us.
Mummies for some reason. Why mummies? Like, we're not fucking Egypt. It's very clearly Italy.
Just culturally ignorant, Chris.
Right? I guess so.
Learn your culture.
Yeah, right? The Italians were famous for their mummies. Come on. Good God, though. I almost died right there. Holy water. Oh, finally. Just a regular side-scrolling part. That's what I need right now.
You know what's kind of the ironic thing about not having a world map? Is the games in this generation...
Oh, God. And we're back.
Are getting so good at being open world.
Yeah.
Like, these are the best open world games
we've
ever had.
I mean,
starting with, I'm always going to praise The Witcher. Like, again...
The Witcher is the open world game for me.
It is. And
if you ever want to know how to do an open world, it is
where the side quests don't feel like some weird aside that's non-canon. Right. They literally feel like the story.
The side quests were some of the best parts of that game.
Yeah, and they feel like something Geralt would do. They don't. they don't.
It's not like Geralt takes time out to snowboard, you know. Which again was actually one of my favorite parts of FF7, but neither here nor there.
Yeah. This is again Fever Dream. This is so fucked up. I love it though. I love the music too.
Yeah, this is completely like nonsensical.
But like in this PS4 generation,
no,
the open world game has been perfected. It really has. We're living in a great time of gaming.
Yeah.
Starting with The Witcher, but
I'm so dead.
there's a lot like the Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I am not surviving this.
Maybe you are.
Oh god, I survived it.
Nice.
Don't know how. I've got no lives, so I'm gonna die. I've got no lives and 1 hit. I need a turkey leg, man. I need that street meat. Give me that street meat.
Give me the street meat.
That fucking street meat. Oh, this guy is gonna molest.
You're gonna have to beat this guy without
the shit out of me. Oh my god.
Okay, this is cool though.
It is a very cool boss fight, but shit, I'm not beating him. There you go.
Everything in this stage is so extra. Starting with that freaking bone
Jesus
dragon.
Christ, dude.
That's just
Stage 3. They take the gloves off.
Oh man,
Max, I hate to say it, but unless they start me again at that boss, I think this was that was Castlevania Bloodlines. I know when I'm not good enough, and I'm not good enough. Oh wait, no, they did start me at the boss again. Okay, let's give it a shot. Let's see if we can take him. I think we can take him.
This kind of reminds me of the last boss in Curse of the Moon. What the hell is that game called?
It certainly feels like a final boss. It doesn't feel like a level 3 boss.
Fucking.
This feels like something that would come at the end. You know, it's like Dracula's ultimate transformation.
What is that NES style game on the Switch? That's Bloodstained.
Oh, Ritual of the Night.
Ritual of the Night, yeah, Bloodstained, or maybe they called it Curse of the Night or something. But
no, it's not just on the Switch. It's on like everything.
But the NES version.
Oh, the NES looking prequel to the full game.
That was actually crazy solid, and everyone should pick it up for $10.
Yeah, but Nick and I played through it on this channel last Spoopy October, I think.
Yeah, solid game. And I'm just thinking of the last boss and kind of the weird twisty nature of it. And fighting it on top of a twisty tower. Like, this is what this reminds me of.
Yeah, dude, fuck this boss.
Only this one's a lot more crazy.
He's not cool. Fucking get him. No! How much tail does he have? Like, fuck this guy.
Maybe instead of jumping, it's all about moving to the very edges of the stage.
Yeah, but there you really run the risk of falling off.
Yeah.
I think what you want to do is try and diagonal hit him.
Okay. Yeah, and I guess the axe probably is your... Also, they come out so fast.
Dude! It's so close.
You're not doing bad, yeah.
I'm not doing good. Oh, come on. Come on, Chris. I hate this. God damn it.
What the fuck?
No! Now he's just bouncing around like a fucking...
He's just bouncing. That is not what bats do.
Look at his tits. Look at his bat tits. God damn.
Why is he gonna...
Oh,
his body is clearly not built to do that.
No, that's not a thing that you should be able to do. Like I said, I figured that we were probably going to hit a wall in this game, and I think we've hit it.
That's okay. It's been a fun ride. It's a very
I mean, like, you get
game.
the point, right? It's a cool game.
Wait,
what did I just do there? I don't know. I didn't item crash. I didn't know you could item crash. You
did some power bomb, Super Metroid weird shit.
And I, like, straight up missed, though.
Yeah.
God damn it. Again, I am, like, really flirting with just, like, swan diving off this tower, yeah.
Yeah. I think
I get closer every time.
The tiniest bit more give than we think.
You're right. Trying to pay attention to the balls and hit him. Oh, he's gonna do the tit bounce again. Here come the titties. Here come the titties.
There we go.
Check out my titties. Titties.
This is the time to get him. Oh no, it's like drawing you towards him.
It is because of the rotation. I can't.
The rotation.
It's impossible to tell where he's fucking gonna play with them titties. Damn titties.
You got another life. Okay.
All right. I can feel it. This time we got it.
I mean, you're getting close.
Alright, Titbat. God damn it. Let's just open the fight by giving him 2 free hits.
It's like a lot of his attacks. I feel like he's just dangerous. Don't touch him unless he has them all out like that. Otherwise, it's like he hurts.
Okay, we caught up a little. No! 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 Max! Oh, I've derailed.
All right, this is your chance to catch up.
No.
Flirt with those edges.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die again. I don't want to die again. Stop dying! God damn it. Alright, this time we got him. Like, this is the final boss of the game. Like, head cannon. This is it.
Okay.
This is just Dracula. Dracula's a titmouse. Dracula's a titbat.
I mean,
in this
sometimes.
Game. We have climbed Dracula's leaning tower, and now here he is.
Yeah.
That's how this game rolls.
Base of operations, all right. They really changed the stuff.
Yeah, after Simon Belmont wrecked his castle, he just decided to commandeer the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Oh man, can we appreciate how freaking awesome the anime is on Netflix?
Dude, have we not talked about that?
I think we have, but
maybe not as much as we should have. It's so good.
As far as like, because I think it's a U.S. company that does it. That is one of the best animated shows. I mean,
the animation is beautiful. Like,
oh my god,
that alone would sell me on it. But they actually craft a decent like Castlevania plot. All right,
oh my god, and the characters, like Trevor Belmont just as a character is my favorite.
Mm-hmm. And like the way they expand,
nice.
Like, with Hector and Isaac, oh nice, I wasn't even paying attention. With Hector and Isaac, who are from like my least favorite Castlevania game, like I actually enjoyed them
Curse
too.
of Darkness.
Yeah, Curse of Darkness on the PS2. Dude, they did a great job with those two.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
like by the end of it, like I fucking was like rooting for Isaac, and I felt really bad for Hector. Man.
Yeah, that's right. We did talk about this a little bit because you were the one that educated me that they came from Curse of Darkness. Yep. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know they came from a game. I thought they were like originals.
Yeah.
But I guess they might as well have been sort of. Where they went.
Yeah, they changed their personalities and abilities drastically. I mean, like for instance, in the PS2 version, Isaac was a white guy who wore basically like panties, and they made him black and a badass.
Yeah, I like where they went with that.
Oh, Isaac was one of my like favorite characters. Like when he like ripped that dude's face off at the end, that was savage.
Yeah.
Like, don't fuck with Isaac. So fun fact, that's the end of this game. Like, this stage doesn't exist.
I mean, obviously,
we just beat Castlevania Bloodlines.
I mean, you got freaking military bones coming out of, like, oil drums.
Yeah, we just beat the game. Congratulations. That was Castlevania Bloodlines. Let's, spend 2 minutes with just, like, a fucking random Sega Genesis game.
Okay.
Because that's my last in my last life, so we know that was going to end well. What's one that you want to see?
Well, as far as a new one, because, I mean, I fucking love Echo. Let's see. Okay. What about, I want to see the Wily Wars, man.
Oh, yeah, Wily Wars. Let's just...
Never seen it before.
Let's do it. Fucking do it. Alright, Mega Man 1, 2, or 3?
1 or 2, your choice.
I'm more familiar with 1.
Let's do 1. I'm actually totally cool with 1.
Oh, actually, that's right. I've got a save here where I'm like halfway through 1. Alright. Yeah, I'll do a little bit of 1. I'll always start with Bomb Man.
Oh yeah? I feel like
bitch.
in this game I could start with Guts, Cut, or Bomb.
Dude, I could never beat Guts without the bomb.
Oh, really? You just hug the left wall and...
sorry, I gotta reset the game and set the controls so they're not ass.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
Yeah, Gutsman, actually, as far as stages go, Cutman's is probably the easiest, but then Gutsman stage is probably the second easiest.
I hate fucking Iceman's stage.
Yeah, everything about Iceman's stage sucks. Iceman sucks. He's probably the hardest boss.
Unless you have his weakness, which is nice.
Yeah, then it's still somewhat difficult. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
His whole
But
thing
I mean, at least he's beatable.
don't like waste the power because he'll throw the walls at you and then you're not even hitting him.
Right.
So, Iceman is a pain, but once you get past him, everything else is manageable. Oh yeah, this stage had the freaking white little critters
Oh.
nipping at your
Nibs.
nibs, at your robotic ball sack. This is really cool.
Isn't it?
It's very much like a
looks
All-Stars
right,
kind
you
of
know?
thing. It does. It's not quite as advanced as like Mega Man 7, but that seems appropriate for these
Right.
games, you know, where it's just like a glossed up version of the NES games. And the music is really cool.
Again,
And this is like the only thing. You don't hear this anywhere else.
right. Again, what I'm doing looks impressive. This is just the part of the game I remember really well.
Yeah. Mega Man I've loved the
It's
Mega
kind of
Man
like
games.
it's kind of like Castlevania just now. Like there's a certain part where I plateau, and that point is Iceman.
Iceman sucks.
Like
I mean,
though, unlike that Castlevania game, I actually could beat this. Like
Yeah.
I'd have to work at it, but I could go back and like get good again and beat it.
yeah, the Wily stages are difficult in Mega Man 1. And they
This
kind of
is-
like
This is one
there's
of
parts
Go ahead.
there's parts of this game where if you kind of screw up and waste your power banks, basically, you
Yeah.
get kind of stuck,
Hmm.
you know, and it's just like, oh, I guess I'm fucked, you know.
Right.
So that can definitely happen in the Wily stages
Oh, sure
in
it
this
can.
game. Boop.
God damn it! I had to take that hit or die.
Hmm.
So this is one of 2 Mega Man classic style games that I am capable of beating. The other one being 8.
Oh, okay. 8 is difficult for me.
8 is
Especially
all right.
those freaking
Jump.
surfboard.
Yeah, I hate that part.
Slide. Oh god.
But for some reason,
What?
actually that's not true. I can also beat Mega Man in bass, strangely enough, but only as bass.
Oh yeah, that game was. That's kind of like for me the X games got
Uh-huh.
substantially easier when you
Yeah.
can play as Zero.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, I feel like in 4 it kind of didn't matter, but in X5, dude, Zero dominates in that game.
I can beat a good number of X games.
Yeah, I'm actually better at the original games. I like the X games, and I have a lot of good memories
God
of
damn it.
like X4 and X5, especially for some reason, just on the PlayStation.
Fucking die.
But
Look at
you
this
gotta
asshole.
get right up in his face. Yeah, and once he jumps, then he'll start.
There we go.
Okay,
Had to get on his balls. Damn.
but oh yeah, some of them were just a straight up. Here we go.
Okay, so his pattern. The reason I like Bomb Man is that his pattern's not too bad. Just gotta remember what it is.
Yeah, it's either the close bomb or the far bomb, pretty
Mhm.
much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be careful, Chris. Play conservative.
Elecman was another one that is just like, it's much better to have the power.
Right.
I think it's bombs for him, isn't it?
No, but Guts. Oh shit. Guts Man.
Oh, you're right.
No! Come on. Guts Man is the bombs.
You
Just-
got this. Oh, God.
Shit.
He kind of cornered you there.
Yeah, he did. That was sloppy though. God damn it. That little half step that Mega Man does. Alright, well. Now I should have him. At least I got that one up, so.
Yeah.
Oh! Bomb Man is so easy. Yeah, Bomb Man. I can totally do Bomb Man.
I think Cutman, I guess, is probably the easiest ever. 'Cause
Oh,
you can-
really?
you can-
Cutman sucks for me unless I have Guts Man's move. And, like, I don't even need to hit him with it. I just need to get rid of those damn blocks. Like, once the blocks are gone, then I can deal with Cutman.
Okay. Cutman
There
is
we
one I
go.
feel like you can, like, go in without a strategy and just try to blast him as fast as you can, and you'll come out on.
Yeah, but
you can't do with anyone else.
For me, if he has, if he's able to jump onto those blocks, I can't get his pattern down.
I get you.
After the blocks are gone and it's just running at him straight and jumping over the scissors, that's fine. Gutsman goes down in like 2 bomb hits, which is nice. So you don't even have to be good, you just have to get it. Oh!
This is a fun stage. These little platforms.
Yeah, when you don't suck.
And they drop you like Mega Man weighs 5 tons.
Yeah, right? Oh!
Oh, nice. Risky.
Oh!
I respect it.
Oh! Oh my god!
And then that frickin' jump. Nice.
Oh, I hate these fuckers.
Oh yeah, this was the only game that gave you points. They don't do that in the remake,
yeah,
do they?
Yeah, that's right. They
do
give you points in this one, don't they? I almost didn't notice that at the top of the screen.
Those balls.
Damn balls. Fucking die. Fucking hammer bro here.
Oh, this one sucks.
No!
Oh.
Really? Did that just happen? That just happened. Dude, that was
unfortunately.
Dick. I can't believe I just did that. Alright, we're gonna beat Gutsman and maybe Cutman, and we'll call it an evening.
Alright.
Just because I'm sort of getting into this now.
You're right. I am too.
This was meant to kick off Spoopy October month, but it's just like a Mega Man Castlevania double feature.
It's just a Genesis. Oh, moo. Kind of close.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna call this episode. Whether it's the Genesis mini episode but we've only done 2 games. Yeah. Yeah. Bad tits.
All right, so this song is not as good, but
no.
I still appreciate the remixes.
Nothing is as good as Crash Man in Mega Man 2.
That's true.
Bum 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 bum. And I think I've shown you before. That Japanese guy's like parody of that song.
Crash Man's just very sexually forward.
Yeah, Crash, let's do it. Crash, let's do it. We're gonna make some love. It's so big and bigger. Give it to me, baby.
Yeah, I remember.
That's like headcanon for me, that he's just like really into Rockman. And I like the way that he introduces himself. Like, it's all in Japanese, and I can't understand a word of it, but he has the subtitles. He goes, "I'm Crash Man. I'm unique among the other robots, because I like men."
Oh, yeah. You don't even have to care.
I kind of have to care.
Okay, well, yeah, since you got hurt.
Shit.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Just jump. Jump.
No.
Oh, don't jump.
Oh, my God. Chris.
Oh. Well, you got one more life, right?
I'm without words right now.
You're good. At least you can beat this one.
I'm not happy, Max. I'm not happy with how that ended. I had so many opportunities that I blew in that fight. God damn it. Took half my bombs, too. Alright. For real this time, though.
Yeah, just avoid his ground pound.
Just avoid being a piece of shit. Crash, let's do it. We're gonna fuck some guts, man, so big and big.
There we go. He went right
hits.
into it.
Alright. We got time for Cutman?
Yeah, we can do Cut.
Yeah,
Cutman's
let's kill Cutman.
Cutman's a chump.
Cutman's a piece of shit, and he knows it. Cutman's just a bitch.
I mean, I guess Mega Man lived with all these guys.
Yeah, right.
So it's like he knows.
Like Cutman and Mega Man weren't on good terms before he turned evil. You know, Cutman's just like, fuck you, Cutman.
He's just like, what do you do, Cutman? You're good around Christmas time, wrapping gifts.
Yeah, right. What are you gonna do? Come here with
you.
your scissors. I swear to God, Rockman, one of these days I'm gonna get you. No, you're not, you piece of shit, bitch. That's Mega Man's personality in the first game. Fuck
these
you.
games don't have voice acting, so you don't know.
Fuck you, asshole. You're just a piece of shit. You were a piece of shit in high school, and you're a piece of shit now.
What the fuck? I think I'd prefer that though to what they did for Mega Man 8 though. Duo.
Oh yeah. With
that fucking Dr. Light. Mega Man.
Mega Man. I did a whole lot of drugs, and now I don't feel so good, Mega Man.
I've
Wowie.
diabetes mellitus, Mega Man.
Mega Man, Dr. Wowie. I think I have
no log insulin, Mega Man.
Man, my diabetes don't feel so good, Mega Man. Bitch, why do we have to be enemies? Because you fucking sound like that. I hate you.
Yeah,
Go
seriously. Away. It just hates you.
Yeah,
that was a sane response to that voice.
Yeah, exactly. I would hate that kid too. And his weird ass dad. Well, Mega Man.
I know.
Mega Man, I dropped a little too much acid. Now my blood pressure's spiking again, Mega Man. Dr. Wowie was right. I shouldn't eat my feelings, Mega Man.
Sylvester Stallone.
Right? I don't know why. Oh man, that game. Who made the choices for the voice actors in that game? Like,
I don't know. That was a dark. I mean, you think about the anime dubbing at that time too. It was just
like they had better available. I mean,
yeah, but there was no industry of voice actors. There was no guild or union. They were just like, "Here, my son likes Mega Man. He'll fucking come in and do the voice."
Hey,
like, that's what it was.
You look hungry. Want a sandwich? You're base now. But we want you to call him Bass, even though everything's a music pun.
Oh God, God.
Mega Man, Dr. Wowie. like
I just imagine him drooling.
Yeah, just drooling through the performance. He is literally just there for some sweet crystal meth. Like that was the Dr. Light voice actor story. They just promised him some meth and like a free blowjob, and he was like, "All right, I'll do it."
I think I prefer.
I'll do it.
I mean, also because of the difficult. I think I prefer 7 over 8. You know, 7 was like a perfect.
7 was
Super
a cool
Nintendo
game.
Mega Man game.
Yeah, and it was such an oddball too.
Awesome.
It was such a weird game.
I'm trying to. Okay, was this 7 or 8? No, it was 7. The clown stage was an 8. But there was like a fun stage, like a spring stage or something in 7. And then I had the freaking Dracula stage in 7, which I think you could get. There we go.
Eat it! You're a piece of shit, Cut Man. Just like your dad. Your dad was a piece of shit.
You could do the Ghouls and Ghosts music in the stage, something like secret.
I think we might have to do a second episode of Mega Man.
Maybe.
For some reason, this is Halloween.
Now until we hit the wall, man. It's like, okay, we're done.
Well, yeah, until we get to Iceman. And fuck Iceman. But hey, we got Cut Man. Max, this has been fun. I love the Sega Genesis, dude. And this is just a cool way to play Mega Man.
Yeah,
very unique.
Genesis Classic is pretty cool. I'm liking it.
So I know you're like budgeting, but did this like totally make you Jones for the Genesis now?
It's definitely made me Jones. I mean, and there's so many like freaking. I'd be all over Gunstar Heroes, Echo the Dolphin, obviously the Sonic games, and then this. Hell yeah!
I gotta say though, like as soon as they come out with the tool for it, I am gonna mod this, and I may only put Sonic and Knuckles on here, but I don't know. Like that's my only complaint about this system. Why the hell didn't they include Sonic 3 and Knuckles?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
seriously.
I get it. Two Sonic games.
What else are you gonna
already...
release it on?
Yeah.
But that's the thing. If you were like Nintendo or something, it's like, haha, we're have you buy it, or we want a reason for you to do the Nintendo Online.
Right.
But what is Sega gonna do? Part of a greatest hits or something? I don't know. So
or maybe like some kind of USB stick that you can plug into the back and like you get like 20 more games. I would buy that.
Yeah.
I would buy
20
that.
extra games or something. Yeah, that'd be. I mean, hell, that'd be smart. I bet a lot of people would buy that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is my favorite Genesis Sonic game right here.
The back port of the game is a mini USB.
Oh yeah.
So they could do it, but I don't know.
Like
I
don't
said,
see them doing it.
I'll mod it as soon as like I figure out how.
Yeah, like next week. I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
It's coming.
If it's not already out there. Maybe I'll check that before I go to sleep here. I'm just doing the first stage, FYI.
Okay.
It's because I love me some Sonic 2. Alright, 39 seconds, respectable. Hey,
Not
do you
bad.
guys still have that wall in your apartment?
Oh,
like
that
the high
board
scores?
of this stage trying to do.
Am I still number one, baby?
I don't know if you were number one for long.
Oh,
But what was your time? Like 31 seconds?
Oh,
or
what the
something?
hell?
Oh shit!
I was
You
involved with
jump.
it. I was rolling. What the hell?
And he's a fish.
He's a fucking
But
fish.
yeah, you're right. I mean, there's not a whole lot that can get you out of ball form.
No. Anyway, though,
You got
you mean to
spikes.
tell me some motherfucker beat my high score?
Yeah, hell, I probably did. Fuck you.
I'm gonna get you, bitch. You're a piece of shit, Cutman. Hey, Cutman, learn to hold your fucking alcohol, you little bitch.
I learned to fucking hold anything.
Hey, Cutman. Right with your fucking
Oh,
scissor hands.
I guess the only scissor is on his head, but whatever.
Right? Hey, Cutman, I heard you lost your virginity to your cousin last week. Was that great? For her? I mean, for him. Fuck you, Cutman. Like, Mega Man is just like
Mega
the
Man's
bigot.
just a dick.
Yeah, right. Hey, Cutman, I didn't see you at Robert's party last weekend when I was fucking your girlfriend. She said I was bigger than you, too. Fuck you, Cutman. Hey, Cutman, Gutsman called. You know what he said? He said you're a piece of shit. Alright. I don't know why that's so funny.
Because
Like-
that's the opposite of Mega Man's personality.
He's just like this
how it's portrayed.
horrible bully and like...
And just kind of dumb, too.
Right, like... hey, Cutman. What's 2 and 2? Fuck you. Okay, I said we were only doing this, but I gotta do like the fast break in this stage. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Do that boost
Where you, like,
processing.
Break the camera tracking. Here we go. Check it out. Oh wait, no, that's not that part. It's coming up.
I think it might be the second stage, actually, where you have the huge steep
speed.
incline.
Yeah. I think it's coming up. Either way, this is like a 25-second stage here. As I'm already at 30 seconds.
I was about to, like, these stages are long. It's, like, they're huge.
They can be,
The
yeah.
The chemical plant zones.
Here we
are
go,
big.
here we go. There it is. That is fucking Sonic.
That is Sonic.
Crash into that fucking head.
I mean, Sonic games were mean sometimes too, where it's just
They
like,
could
we're gonna
be,
put
yeah,
this
where
here
they just
to-
put an enemy down
You
there.
want to go
Yeah.
fast? Well, fuck you.
Yeah, right. Go fast, but maybe not too fast. Gotta go fast, but not that fast. 402, that was embarrassing. Alright, we could do this all night. We gotta stop.
Okay.
Max, closing thoughts for the evening?
I'm okay doing, but
Yeah.
we'll get some more going for Spoopy October.
Yeah, we've got to do... I'm thinking we've got to do more Genesis at some point very
yeah.
soon. But at the same time, like, actually develop, like, a multi-episode Spoopy October
Yeah,
project.
and I'm still gonna hold on to the thought of potentially Clock Tower.
Yeah, because, I mean, at the very least, even if I'm playing it, you can guide me through it.
Oh yeah, the PlayStation version or the SNES version? Yeah, I
PlayStation. I'm thinking PlayStation version since I actually own the
Okay.
disc and we could play it
Yeah,
off the system
that,
directly.
And I haven't played the PlayStation version in a little while, so that'll be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever actually played through it all the way. I've watched you do it a couple times.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, for real. Like, I think all the times that I've gone through it has been with you, so I don't think I've ever done, like, a 100% just me playthrough.
Okay, so we'll have to decide if we're gonna do a Helen or a Jennifer playthrough.
I feel
It's
like
the Jennifer
Jennifer
ones.
is, like, canon.
A little more depressing. Yeah, I think it is too. I think it actually is canon. She goes through that shit twice.
Yeah, right? Oh, man. Hey, Cutman. I just got back from the Clock Tower Castle. You know what Scissorman told me? Told me he's fucking better than you. He doesn't even have scissors for hands. He's got a big pair of scissors and he's fucking better than you, Cutman. Fuck you. Alright, that's the end.
Oh, you needed that.
Alright, next time on Play the Hits. Jesus. Oh, later, buddy.
All right, man. Have a good night.